Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching us. Welcome to another episode of the Pucking Around Podcast, our 45th installment of said show. We got a good show for you tonight, guys. We're going to be going over quite a few things tonight, starting off with impressions around the league. Who's impressed? Who has not? Parity around the league. Is it really starting to get even more parity than we already had? And our feelings about potential back-to-back games. Sit back, relax, and enjoy another awesome segment of the Pucking Around Podcast.
Whatever you do, don't expose yourself.
All right, do you have the yips? Like, I don't know. Like,
this has gone off the rails.
I will give you a round of fisticuffs.
I'm a man of the people. I follow the rules.
yeah.
What's going on, everybody?
Oh,
Listen to the fucking song.
that is an awesome song. We love it.
That was
brains.
dope. That's a new entry. Yeah, that's a new
That's
entry.
pretty
I
sweet.
wish I had brains.
Okay. As you can tell, everyone, we're in the Halloween spirit for this week. It's our final episode of October. We're going to have an awesome show for you tonight. But first, we got to point out some of these awesome costumes. Let's go over to our elderly friend, Mr. Rick Segelman. What do we got tonight?
Brains. I need brains.
Well, you're not going to find any here because we're
What do
all.
we got? I have no idea. I think we should ask someone else.
You're not going to find many brains here, especially to the man on my right, Mr. Matt Henson. Yeah, he, like I said, no brains in that head, only elevator music.
Was there even words in that statement?
But Matty Bag of Donuts, how we doing tonight, kid?
How we doing? How we
How we
doing? It's your
doing
boy
tonight?
Matty Bag of Donuts.
I love it. I love it. Give me a dozen glazed. You sprinkle in some sprinkles. And then last but not least, Emperor Baptiste.
I'm sorry. That was very
Gab
funny.
Savarzi.
Good. Not so good. My Death Star blew up.
This man is ready to overthrow the Jedi scum. Or at least the Toronto Maple Leafs fan base, whatever comes.
You and your rebel friends
That's
will.
not how Luigi
Yeah.
talks.
And
Austin
66
Matthews.
Matthews.
Ah!
Something.
All right. Let's get to the subject.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you are enjoying our horrible impersonations of our costumes. I am Luigi,
Yes.
the unwanted stepchild, because, everyone
I
hates
mean, there's no one here for me to beat the shit out of, so I can't really do that good of an impression.
I'm good at this, But
I leave
anyway,
that
let me throw it
alone
over
because there's
to
no
my right.
brains over there.
Mr. Matt Norton, lead us into our first segment today.
Yeah, so listen, we're 2 weeks into the season. Pretty fun things are going on. And, some good things, some not so good things, our teams across the league. And we're going to talk about it a little bit. So, fellas, who wants to jump in first? Got to give us your thoughts.
Why don't you lead us, Mr. Norton?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's been a fun 2 weeks of hockey. Very, very happy that hockey's back. But I think for me, kind of the big takeaway right now, and we'll get into this, so I'm not going to really mention it much, but I think it's really kind of the parity now throughout the league. I think we're really starting to see kind of that transitional period where some of the teams that have been on the bottom are really starting to creep up a little bit. Some teams are falling a little bit. I know it's only been like 9 games, but it's pretty cool to see. We'll get back on that in a little later. Kind of my other thing too, just watching a lot of the Atlantic Division. I think John Tavares probably at a point right now where he's probably done. You can ask Leaf fans about that too. I mean, he's just been awful. These first 2 weeks of games, and to kind of piggyback off that too, I think when Craig Berube was hired as coach of the Leafs, I think a lot of people thought things were changed. Maybe they wouldn't have the same old problems, but it's pretty clear. Sheldon Keefe probably really wasn't the issue there. I still think it is personnel. They're having the same type of problems that they've been having. So it's
Is Tavares
interesting to see.
really on his way out though? I mean,
Yeah,
what?
he's
He's danger.
he's
He's
what,
got he's
30?
danger close, dude.
32,
He's
34?
awful.
Honestly, at this stage,
Like
I have
35?
to agree with Norty. I think he's nothing more than a third-line center at this point of his career. He is fading and fading fast.
I mean,
Yeah,
every
but
time
no
the puck
one's
touches the
good long
stick,
time.
the play's dead. He can't do it anymore.
I mean,
That's
he literally
11
just
million
turned-
for a third line center.
I mean, he literally just turned 34 years old. Sorry, I couldn't hear you, Rob Zombie.
That's why.
I don't know. I think it's still a plethora of issues for the Leafs. They're still struggling, you know what I mean? And I mean, Sheldon Keefe might have been part of the problem. I mean, New Jersey is only ahead in their division because they've played 4 more games than everybody else. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say like he wasn't part of the problem.
Realistically, New Jersey's 500 anyway. They, like you just mentioned, they've just played the most games.
Yeah, they have
20
games. So.
But I do think, like we've said it. I think a lot of the issues that with the Leafs are personnel. Like, yeah, I think Sheldon Keefe is probably too soft, but you bring in a guy like Berube. I mean, we spoke about it. We thought he kind of hopefully let a fire under their asses. We know what type of coach he is, but message isn't getting across. And like I've said, until they make some major personnel decisions, I just don't think they're gonna figure it out. I don't. And like I said, Tavares, I think is on his way out. So I mean, they really only have 2 centers right now. Yeah.
Well, he's in the last year of his contract, right?
No,
Yeah.
he is. Yeah. He's been their worst player by far. Like he's awful. He's slow. He can't skate anymore. The skating.
It's a prime example of Toronto just continuing to be the place where careers go to die. You know, it's the culture there.
And hockey dreams too.
Exactly.
I do want to add to that. Did you hear they extended McCabe today? 5 years, $4.51 million. Why the 0.1?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Now that one isn't an awful contract. It's better than the Tanev deal. I'll say that.
Oh, that's okay, but
yeah, very oof.
A little bit too much for money
for
Toronto. They're just
pair defenseman.
They're just jinxed.
Shanahan's gone. That team's not going to change.
No.
Said for years, I'm going to continue to say it until it happens, and I'm proven right.
It's like you with the Pagulas.
It's like you with the Pagulas.
No, it's the same thing.
They need to go with the Pagulas. You guys will be my age before they win anything.
Did someone mention the terrorist organization? The Buffalo Sabres?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm getting PTSD again. I hear the Pagulas. I instantly got to think of the Buffalo Sabres terrorist organization.
We're going to get canceled.
Yeah, friends, stop calling that.
This man calling this organization a terrorist organization. Jesus.
Cam, we can't get canceled. Nobody's watching us.
No, there's the
confidence.
Wow. Honestly, we get watches. We get plenty of watches, baby.
I'm just bugging. They're not watching.
Yeah, you're bugging. You're on some shit. Happy Halloween. There's that zombie brain right there.
I found some brains. I ate them. I'm doing good now.
Yeah, there you go, buddy. That's what it's
all. Yeah, I'm looking better already.
That's
that. To Matt's point, though, the Atlantic Division has been a battle so far. I mean, there's one.
I think 5 teams.
5 teams that are 4-4-1.
Record.
4-4-1.
Yep.
Only the Senators are 4-4. So I mean, that's pretty close.
You know what I liked about when I saw that? The way they listed them, Boston was on the bottom.
It's the way how the standings are.
No, I think it's the goal differential.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think it's
I got a smile out of that.
No.
Montreal will wake up.
They have a worse goal differential.
It's on.
Yeah, I think it's by row.
It's
row.
Yeah.
Row number. It's by row number.
Actually, technically, Ottawa's in last as of today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
of the 4-4-1 teams he's talking about.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
He's trying to cope and try to feel better about his Habs team.
Yeah, I mean the points are tight. There's literally a 5-point differential between the first place team in the Atlantic and the 8th place team. So you're acting as if like it's really that different. So please,
Montreal.
Trash talking. You guys don't know what that is?
Oh, Montreal. Oh, zap. Like,
trash
you know
talking.
I mean? Who cares? Like, please. Montreal's going to end up sucking at the end of the season. It's fine. Bruins are going to end up having a playoff spot, and the Philadelphia Flyers are going to end up kicking rocks down at the beach because they are.
I'll take the first overall pick. Give us a franchise center.
Yeah, right. That's fine. No, you'll get screwed out of it. San Jose or
don't you dare let this turn into a Patrick Kane situation.
It's going to happen. Yep, it's going to happen, baby. No, I mean, whatever, guys. Like, the Atlantic is tight. Montreal sucks. Philadelphia sucks. And Boston's coming out of the hibernation finally, especially after that win with Toronto. Just watch, baby. We're going to go 77.
One team doesn't suck, this is Boston, of course.
You were kind of given that win, though.
But with
bad turnover by Austin Matthews in overtime.
That's fine. That's fine. You're a professional player. Be better. I don't know what to say. Austin Matthews, womp womp, sad womp. Like, give me a toss up any day of the week. I don't know what else to tell you.
The other
No.
end of the spectrum, too, over on the Western Conference, the Winnipeg Jets
Are
currently sitting at
undefeated.
8-0. They're
That's
playing
crazy.
games tonight against Toronto, I
Wild.
believe, but they're currently sitting 8-0, and they have been a wagon so far.
I hate it.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Insane.
Unreal.
They've been spectacular. Havoc been spectacular. They've just been playing really good hockey.
I have no ill will against the Jets. I just think Winnipeg's the most boring city in the entire NHL. That's all I have to
I
say.
don't. Buffalo probably has something.
No,
to do.
honestly,
Buffalo's
at least
yeah.
Buffalo has the attraction.
We're talking about boring, not shitty.
Wow.
I don't know.
So I don't
the
know. Winnipeg
fans
might.
said-
I don't know.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say Winnipeg's boring. I wouldn't say that at all.
No, they're a fun team
I
to
don't
watch.
know.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of people might say that.
No, the city. Not
That
the team.
guy,
Oh, the city itself, maybe. I don't know. I've never been.
Hunter Hellebuyck.
I don't know. I don't know.
I
really
think the
too much
Winnipeg
about the
Jets
city.
team is just built from the blue line out. The defense core is excellent. The goal, Hellebuck's been sensational. But again, when it comes to the Winnipeg Jets, I will admit I was one of those that had Winnipeg on the outside looking in. That takes it like it's aging worse than a hot milk in the Sahara Desert. But I'll give Winnipeg this. They got to show it in the playoffs because they've done this before in the regular season
Yeah.
with the deep four and goaltending, and then Hellebuck defecates all over himself.
Yeah.
Show me when it matters. That's what I ask from that organization.
Yeah, you can say that to Toronto as well, and there's other teams like that too.
Minnesota Wild.
What about the Minnesota Wild? What? Minnesota's actually doing a pretty
No,
decent.
he was mentioning teams that played good in the regular season, crap their pants in the playoffs.
Boston.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah, Minnesota
Boston.
Wild, Toronto Maple Leafs, Boston as of like the last 2 years. Sure. Like, I'll give you that.
Ooh,
Like, I'm
that's
really.
going back longer than 2 years, dude.
What? Boston in the playoffs?
Boston shit themselves in the playoffs. Yeah,
Well,
2019? 2019?
Oh, please. Don't bring up 2019. dude.
There you go.
St. Louis Blues were a much better team than the Boston Bruins, much deeper than them. And I think the Bruins' path to the
that was a
Stanley Cup
winnable
final in
series.
I don't know, dude, because the Bruins' path to the Cup final that year was arguably one of the easiest that they've ever had.
I will
So,
give Cam that. He's not wrong.
yeah. I mean, like you're gonna
Brett
sit there and
Marchand
tell
stayed
me-
on the ice. He wouldn't have given up that first goal. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, they
Second
still
And it
they
did
still
take him
scored
7 too,
others.
and that seventh game was tough.
Yeah.
The Bruins did kind of hand him that game. I mean,
Yeah, but I wouldn't say they
yeah,
crapped
that's-
themselves in the playoffs, especially if their path was extremely easy. Like, you know what I mean? It's gone down as an extremely easy path to the final.
I will say, if we're on that subject, I think Boston on paper was a better team, but St. Louis was just not a good matchup for them because they bodied the crap out of them throughout
Yep.
that entire series.
Yep, that's been Boston's
get too
Achilles
off topic.
tendon. Yeah, I mean, no, but Minnesota, no, dude, Minnesota's got something going back to Minnesota. I mean, I know you said that they kind of crap themselves, like, you know, as soon as the playoffs come around, but I don't know. I mean, when you're still paying two retired individual, Ryan
Suter, I thought, was still playing. I think Parise.
Suter is. Parise is not. I mean, when you
15
pay one guy who's retired $7 million and you have a total of $14 million in dead cap money, I mean, there's not much you can do. You know what I mean? So you give them some credit that they're accomplishing something.
Do you think that'll last though over there?
What? I don't know, dude. This is a weird year. Have you seen the standings? It's pretty tight. I mean, it's through 9 games, but
every year it looks like this every year.
I wouldn't say every year. No, typically there's a couple teams that start to really break away,
That
really
hasn't
break
happened
away.
yet. We're like 8-9 games in. That's it.
I don't know. Some people have very strong starts, man. I mean, look at Washington. Washington is exceeding expectations right now.
They're gonna fade.
And do you think that can last?
Nope.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Nope.
Probably not.
the other end of the spectrum too is people having a really bad start. Considering the Macklin Celebrini injury, the Sharks are now sitting at 0-7-2. Their only 2 points have come from overtime losses.
Oh, team merchants. no,
Yeah,
but
well,
you
that's how they got
expected
this
that.
year.
But you expected that out of San Jose. Who didn't? Like, really? Who didn't expect that?
Going winless through 9. I mean,
Well, nobody
They
expected
started winless through
Celebrini,
12 last year.
but nobody expected Celebrini to be injured, so
That's
that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, but I don't think that one guy was going to be the difference maker of, like,
Well-
winning 3 or 4 games. Maybe one game, I'll give you that. Maybe 1 or 2, but I'm not going to give you, out of those 9 games, he was not going to give you 5 wins. You know what I mean?
It's still a shitty team there. They got a few years before they're gonna.
Yeah.
do
No, they're
anything.
not. I don't think they're a shitty team. I think they're a young team, and they have a lot.
Young, yeah. That's a young rebuilding team. You're not
I
going
will
to get
say
results.
this. Pittsburgh Penguins will have a top 5 pick this year. They are terrible.
They
That
are
team-
better than Philadelphia right now.
Honestly, if the Flyers win tomorrow, big if. But if they win tomorrow,
Yeah, they
we're
beat
tied.
us.
It's gonna be
That's
so
how
funny
bad
when they
the
win the
Penguins
draft lottery over the Flyers, and then Alex takes
Wow.
a dive.
I will.
Nosedive off the top of the pizza shop.
Don't you put that evil on me right now, Nathaniel Norton. Don't you dare.
That's awesome. I hope it does happen.
Kind of funny.
We need to live stream
Low-key,
that
it'd
draft
actually be good.
lottery.
I would pee myself laughing. if that
I
happened.
lose it.
The
I
mental
lose it.
breakdown
Show
from
that?
Alex Burnett in Newburyport that night would be the stuff of legends.
Buddy, I would drive off a cliff because life doesn't get better after that.
But I will
Like,
say
that would
this
be my
current
highlight of my
Penguins
life.
team-
That's the problem.
This current Penguins team is terrible. They have no semblance of defensive structure whatsoever. None. And
That sounds like the other
only-
team in Pennsylvania.
The only two players on that team that have really showed up this year, well, actually 3, are Malcolm Crosby and Erik Karlsson. They're getting nothing from their secondary players. Malkin has actually looked pretty decent so far this year. Him, Crosby, and Karlsson. That's it. Everyone else on that team
Malkin.
has given you nothing. Nothing. Yeah, I think, as I mentioned this prior shows, and I'm adamant about it, the Pittsburgh Penguins will not make the playoffs again until the 2030s. Mark my words.
Just out of curiosity, what have the Philadelphia Flyers given? Except giving up goals.
I'm starting to notice a
my
trend
question.
with Pennsylvania hockey teams.
Yeah, I'm just
Well,
kinda
I mean,
curious.
we do have the lead Calder guy right now, and Matvei Michkov, so I guess it's that.
Didn't impress me last night.
Don't care. He's still the lead Calder guy. Everyone is.
No, but I gotta say, I was really disappointed, and it's not a knock on him because he's got 9 points, so you can't take that away.
Yeah.
But man, I was watching to see him show me something that, and I kept saying, Alex keeps hyping this guy, and he's showing me nothing.
Yeah, he didn't have the greatest game, but you know what? The whole
No.
team was flat-footed for the first 57 minutes. Then the final 3 minutes, the team went
Done that in a
super
couple
saiyan
games this year.
and almost made a ridiculous comeback. But
I jinxed it. I had said, "There's no way they're coming back. There's no way." It was like 5 minutes left. Someone said, "Better not jinx it, Rick." I know that's a. They scored 2 goals, like
2
boom,
goals
boom,
in
boom.
30 seconds.
God damn it, man! I jinxed it.
I
It was
would.
my
I
fault.
suddenly sat up from my chair and I'm like, if they come back,
Hey,
I'm going to talk.
Matty Bag of Donuts, don't you love it when 2 shit bucket teams start to fight it out? Isn't it a little cute?
Isn't
Not
it cute that you
Fangool,
guys
eh?
As much as I want to start talking shit, like you said, at least in the Atlantic, we're in a 5-way tie for 3rd place. So
I don't care. It's still adorable.
It's a mid-off.
and we had the past week and a half haven't been great. So as much as I want to give them a hard time, I mean, who knows how they're going to come out, next week going forward.
That's very true. That's very true. That's very true. Yeah. Hey, what about Nashville? Huh? 3-game win streak.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember who called it? Remember who called that happening?
Oh, come on. Everyone knew that was going to be a
Put your
loss.
fucking
Oh,
head down.
Vic, sure,
That was a
please.
scheduled loss.
It was against
Please.
Boston, though. It started.
You can go back onto Highbrew Nation and you can watch Vogel and I be the only 2 people that voted that game was going to be basically a loss. I mean, there was no
I
way we were
strongly-
going
That
to
was a
beat
scheduled
Nashville.
I
loss.
strongly
Yeah,
denied this, and everybody, these 2 guys, they can't even string 2 sentences together. You gonna believe that?
What do you mean?
Shots
We just
fired.
here's one sentence.
Come on.
There's my second. There you go.
Come on. Yeah, that loss was expected, but
breast.
I mean, like Cam said, 3-game win streak, they're starting to turn it around.
Wow. Yeah, but like you said, right?
They kind of had
Right?
to, though.
It was
Oh,
going to
yeah,
happen,
absolutely.
right? I was really happy that it happened against the Bruins. That's all.
If it makes you feel any better or any worse,
It does.
we knew
No,
it
They
was
does.
coming.
smoked.
We
the
knew
Bruins,
it was
too.
coming.
Listen, Matty Bag of Donuts. You like them apples?
I got a team I
No,
want to talk
seriously, I
about.
called
too.
it.
I love the
I
guys.
just-
I love the guys who have been at the bottom barrel of the league for the last 8 years. Starting to talk shit to a good team.
talk
You know,
tough.
go ahead.
We're like a
Listen,
chihuahua.
listen.
Dude, when was the
Yeah.
last time you played meaningful playoff hockey?
We're like a chihuahua. Okay?
2019.
We go after
Yeah,
the
you
big
blew it.
guys, okay?
No, it's fine. When was the last time you ever played any meaningful hockey ever?
2021.
Never. Oh,
was a
debatable.
COVID year.
Fraud year.
Yeah, fraudulence, please.
What do you mean? We went to
That's
the
a Mickey
final.
Mouse Cup.
Yeah,
run in Europe.
fraud.
That's not
And you
meaningful
got
hockey.
spanked.
That fraud
No,
COVID year.
honestly,
That's not meaningful hockey.
No BS, Rick. That was the worst team I've ever seen make the Cup was the 2021 Canadians. I'm not even trying to talk shit. That was the worst.
When was the fucking last
ride.
Hold on. When was the last time fucking Philadelphia ever made the fucking Cup final?
2010,
Oh,
and it was not
bad
fun.
year.
Patrick Kane broke my heart after we beat both of you fucks in a playoff series.
Good.
We pulled the immaculate 3-0 comeback against your prick asses, and then
Doesn't matter.
smoked these
Frauds.
two prick asses in 5.
Frauds.
And then Chicago started.
Chicago
Patrick
bench-
Kane said enough of the fun.
No, Chicago bent you over. I understand. I understood the
They
assignment.
bent
I
you
was
over 2-3 years later.
Yeah, I know. I was there in 2013. I remember watching that. I remember.
Oh, that was
like,
hilarious. That was one of the
Yeah.
funniest moments my
17
dad ever
seconds,
came home from work.
That's fine. Another one of my funniest moments was the 2014 playoffs when Carey Price got hurt. Chris Kreider. Ooh.
He pressed
That's
the
my
praise button. Shouldn't have done that.
I
No,
just
but I
saw
love
the-
how we would just shit talking bad play, and Cam's gonna bring up an injury. No, it's talking smack about injuries. Like that's a low blow.
Cam goes, in case of
Actually-
emergency, press price button.
Actually, you can say it was below the knee.
Oh my God, Cam.
Oh, he's mad. He's upset.
So the Golden Knights are undefeated at home at 6-0 in Vegas with a 6-2-1 record.
6-2-1. That's pretty good.
6-2-1
Mark
undefeated.
Yellow
at
card for
home.
Cam.
Who saw that coming? And not on LTIR.
Back to your regularly scheduled podcast. Wait, are they really undefeated at home? I didn't know
They're
that. That's kinda-
undefeated at home,
Awesome.
6-2-1. And I don't know if this has happened in previous years, but I did it again, Cam. I did it again. But I mean, who knows the games they've won at home? Or I'm sorry, in the year there's a 14-point goal differential, and I don't know who exactly they've played. I can probably look it up. Do you think that's an example of teams flying into Vegas? Maybe a night or two early, having a night out, and then going to play a game the next day.
It's like
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? That'd be odd. Well, I mean, yeah. Think about it that
I
way.
think it's a
Montreal's-
possibility.
Montreal's very
I
similar,
agree.
though, right? Yeah, but Montreal's very similar. So, I mean, if that's the case, I would have expected Montreal's record to be a hell of a lot better, wouldn't you?
Montreal's a blast, but it's no Vegas. I mean,
That's fair.
Now teams come in here. Yeah. By the way, I couldn't hear you with your jabs because of the Stanley Cups in my ear.
No one
And
gives
about
about
as
the
old
past.
as you are.
half of those Stanley Cups before World War II. Let's
Stanley
take it down,
Cup
Peg.
right in my ear. See?
Yeah.
24 of them.
Can we bring up one other thing about Vegas? Mark Stone,
Oh,
who surprisingly isn't on LTIR yet, leads the league in points.
Yes.
Don't
Was
worry
he
about it.
really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
No, he's-
wild.
He's had a phenomenal start to the year, dude. Mark Stone is back in full swing, baby. Like, that's
He's
crazy.
so healthy from missing all those games.
Crap, if he's going to have a sudden Hart Trophy run, I don't know if you can put him on LTR.
Don't worry about it.
13
I'm pretty sure they'll
19.
sucker punch somebody else in the throat and then they'll be out for an extended period of time. Like, Alex Pietrangelo might just fall down the stairs one day, break his leg. And
Maybe Ivan Barbashev is this year's injured guy.
Yeah, maybe. They'll just they're pulling names out of the hat, dude. Pulling names out of the hat. It's the way it is.
But
It's
I'm gonna
still
bring-
early in the season, though, right? You're
No,
talking
it
9
is,
games in.
But it's still an
there.
impressive start from some guy that's been injured significantly over the last 2 years. Would you not agree?
Yeah, he's had all those games out, so his body's healthier.
Wow, come on. If anything, I would say it takes a while to ramp back up. Would you not? Like, I would say that. Look
Well,
at
if
Brad
you were
Marchand.
really injured,
He's
it
had a
does,
couple
yeah.
Like, look at Brad Marchand. He's had a couple surgeries. He's coming back. He's got to ramp up, dude. Like, no, but huge credits to Mark Stone, dude. He's the balls right now. He's the absolute balls. Edmonton's
They've
also
been
picking up
nasty at
speed.
home.
That's who I wanted to bring up too. Edmonton. They finally found their way out of the grave. They're 4-4-1. And before the McDavid injury happened tonight, which breaking news, but they don't sleep on the Oilers. Oh, they're getting curb stomped by the Blue Jackets as we speak. But that's besides the point. But the Oilers have started finding their game a little bit. Don't sleep.
Oh, was
Make
that it?
Yeah,
Holy
that's it.
crap! Wow. I don't know. I still don't. They're still the Stanley Cup favorites, man. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, McDavid is an awesome player. I mean, he just got injured. It looked like he went to the board. Was it Matt? He looked like he went to the boards awkwardly. Was that
Yeah, maybe an ankle got rolled up a little bit, but it didn't look like anything major. Like he skated off the ice. But they did downgrade him to out for the game, which I mean, at this early in the season,
That's
precautionary,
it's
probably.
precautionary.
But again, one never knows. But obviously, if it's some sort of injury where they lose him for a period of time, they're in ginormous trouble.
I don't think it'll be for a significant amount of time. They're gonna
me neither. But again, just in a scenario like that, where say it's something where he's gonna miss a month, they're in trouble.
Maybe.
As good as Draisaitl is, I mean, you're losing the best player in hockey there. So again, I don't think it's anything major, but he's the type of guy you can't really lose at all.
They beat Detroit last night, right? I think they did. They beat them 3-2 in overtime. I think that was the case. Yep. No, that was good. I think they needed that. Detroit, oof, man, hockey. Just when you think they're gonna get good,
another 4-4-1 team though.
Yeah, I know. Nuts. No, I know. The Atlantic is extremely tight, bro. They are. It's kind of wild. I mean,
crazy. I love it though. You know what I mean? It's great. It's just that means every game matters more, and I love that. I don't know. Rick's kind of the old one, so I don't know how his heart can kind of handle that, but
only kind of.
Fuck you mean kind of?
No, but I think you got to temper your own expectations, right? And I mean, look at Utah. Utah actually kind of took a step back. They came back down to earth too.
When you lose your top two defensemen for almost a whole year, that kind of happens.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's what that was.
Yeah, like Sean Dursey and John Marino out. Yeah,
Marino's out till after Four Nations. Dursey might be out for the year.
No,
lucky they got him back for the last month. It's like 4 to 6 months. So, but it sounds like it might be. The latter of that might be closer to that 6 month mark.
I heard it was just month to month. I didn't hear it was 4 to 6 months.
Dursey had to have back surgery. He's out at least until I think March.
Yeah, they'll be lucky to see him in playoffs. I don't know. They're definitely gonna take care of that.
I gotta make the playoffs first anyway.
No, I know that's true. Assuming
the Detroit Red Wings, it's not the Yzer plan. It's the Yzer scam because it's failed. Yzer scam. Remember that. 8 years in a row, no playoffs. He's been there for over half of them. What's going on, Detroit? This is the year. You better make it. But you got buying Tarasenko. And
they don't have any goaltending, dude.
Yeah, it's the goaltending. They signed freaking James Reimer.
The Rhyme Minister. What is it? So it's Rhyme time. It's Campbell who got waived, so it's not even Campbell.
Billy Uso. Who else? I don't even know.
I mean, that's what I mean. I named my parents like that. That's how crappy they are. Like, it's not good.
Yeah.
Alex Lyon is the other goalie.
Alex Lyon is there. I also know. Yeah.
Lyon's actually pretty good. Lyon, I don't mind, but the rest of that goaltending.
Lyon's
Cam Talbot. Cam Talbot, I think, is there too.
Oh, that's right. It's Talbot and Lyon.
Yeah. Well,
that's what it is. That's their tandem.
With a star tandem like that, I don't know how you could fail.
Well, I mean, Talbot's getting a bit old, so I guess not having a good season.
They just don't have a number one goaltender, and their defense still needs a lot of work. They're leaning on too many guys. That's probably why they brought in the veterans. You know what I mean? I was surprised Kane stayed. If I'm going to be honest with you, thought he was gonna. There was rumors that he was going to reignite something with Chicago. But I guess him and Alex DeBrincat are a little buddy, so that didn't happen. I mean, good for Kane.
That's why he went to Detroit in the first place.
No, it is. He convinced him. I'm all for
it. He had DeBrincat like this.
No, hey, he hated the DeBrincat trade.
Oh yeah,
like him and Taze hated it.
Oh yeah.
They also hated the fact that they traded away Brendan Hagel. Dude, they were just like, "What are you leaving us with? A box of sand?"
Well, what's the point? Weren't they tanking to get Bedard?
This is before Bedard was even there. Before they even had the
tanking
chance
to get him.
No, dude, Kane was long before.
No,
Kane was long before that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Chicago too, but they've dug themselves into a hole, and they're not going to get out of it for a little bit now.
Yeah, that Seth Jones contract is going to kill them. I mean, they signed Teuvo Teravainen, and they put some talent around Bedard, but it's not enough.
Don't they still have tons of money though?
They have Taylor Hall.
Yeah, but
a lot of money.
Yeah, but that's
half the team is former Bruins
now. So I mean,
they kind of have to spend the money though. You have to hit the cap floor, so they had to get a couple.
Not yet. Yeah, not yet though. They're saving there because Bedard's going to want money. They know that, so they're structuring their contracts well. I mean, they also have to structure around Seth Jones, who's making $9 million, which is atrocious. And the Peter Mrazeks too, that make like $3 million, and whoever their backup goaltender is this year, and the roulette wheel. Oh, sorry, that's Detroit.
What
will they do without Mrazek?
Goaltending.
Yeah, legit. They have the former Bruins offense and the former Red Wings goaltending.
Yeah,
it's
half
crazy.
their roster is former Bruins. It's ridiculous.
Oh.
Gonna make it a game show.
You know what's funny? In Boston, the whole roster is Bruins.
You said, yeah?
That's a good point. That's a good observation.
It's a good observation, isn't it?
That is a fact.
That is a fact, yep. Did you
Can't
also
argue
know that
with facts, man.
You literally
not an opinion.
Yeah.
It's not an opinion.
Did you also know the whole San Jose Sharks team is from San Jose too? It's crazy. They're all there.
I don't know. Macklin Celebrini's Canadian.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
no,
totally.
And
Tyler Toffoli.
U.S.
This is the point.
Macklin Celebrini was a Boston Terrier.
Hey, there you go.
Sure
I know. Yeah.
Will Smith is from the U.S. too. He was BC Eagle.
Hey, how do we feel about the Kraken and the Anaheim Ducks?
Dude, Trevor Zegras blows. Trevor Zegras might be like the worst player in hockey right now. He's been atrocious.
So glad Montreal did not try to pick him up.
He's so bad right now. I don't know what it's going to take to kick him off, but Jesus Christ. He's been atrocious. He's been their worst player by far. By far.
Wow. What about Cutter Gauthier? Who said something about Cutter Gauthier? Because I know a certain individual really hates
Yeah,
that.
somebody
really
I know
doesn't
doesn't like him.
Let me read you his stat line. Through 8 games, 0 goals, 2 assists, 0 shot at the Calder. Fuck him.
Yeah, because Johnny Beecher has that locked up.
He's got the Calder locked up. He's a 2-time Calder winner, I hear.
Hey,
we'll see.
Hey, whoa. Don't insult Johnny Beecher, okay? He's going to win the Hart, the Norris, the Lady Byng, the William M. Jennings. Yeah, dude. He's the Vezina. He's winning it all, dude. You have no idea.
He's going to win all the trophies in the Women's League, too.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
Yep. You don't even know. He himself is winning the Stanley Cup. They're just putting his name on that cup. just him this year. He's it.
Johnny B and the boys.
Johnny or Beecher.
Don't fuck with my boy Johnny, dude.
Johnny B and the boys.
You don't know. B is in his name, dude. He's a Bruin.
Johnny right there. Bruin. It's right there.
Johnny Bruin.
Beecher.
That's it.
And he was born under a spoked wheel.
That was good. That was good. How'd you know about that? That was top secret. That was classified. We don't talk about that.
I'm a zombie.
I'm honestly surprised with Anaheim going back to them. I mean, they're 3-4-1. I mean, they're in the hunt, but I don't think it's going to sustain. I think they're going to drop off because they're guys that need to perform or not performing.
I was going to say, Cam. Like their star players aren't being the star players. Like
Cutter Gauthier is not doing anything.
Why.
Leo Carlson.
I know why.
I don't remember.
Bad. I mean, Troy Terry, though, to be fair, like Troy Terry's been very, very good. Mientkikov's had a couple of games where he's been bad, but for the most part, he's been pretty good.
I saw
like the star guys that they're expecting to do things just aren't doing it.
Wait a minute. I have to rebuttal one of those. Leo Carlson's been sensational this year. He has been there.
I wasn't going to say he was terrible. I was going to say Leo Carlson and Troy Terry were the only 2 people that have been stepping up.
I'm sorry. I thought you were putting him in that clump of
I agree.
From what
Zegras and Radko Gudas, and we can throw Cutter in there a second time. And
what a bum!
Well, that's true.
I was just gonna say, what a fuck show they are to make him the captain out there.
But here's why. Apparently, the room there is horrible. The management, coaching.
Yeah, Rick, you and I spoke about this.
There's no motivation. They don't even want to go to the rink. That's from a player that just left. Was just left there. Didn't re-sign with them, and that was the reason why. Apparently, that's what I read.
Max Jones.
And you look at what's going on there. It seems like something like that's going on.
I bet you it was Max Jones. Not many. I don't think many Ducks left that team last year, and I think Max Jones is probably the bigger name that left out of any of them. Maybe
I can't remember who it was, to be honest. I don't remember.
Could have been Drysdale.
It's horrible there.
It could have been, but Drysdale was traded.
Well, he's the only other, like you said, like besides him and Jones, can't think of any other Ducks that left the team off the top of my head anyway.
Yeah.
Drysdale's been a good locker room dude too. That's not an issue with him. So.
No, I don't think it is. I mean, maybe
Drysdale
that's
hasn't been
also.
that good though to start the year. He's had some stinkers. He hasn't been what you need him to be.
I'm glad you brought him up. John Tortorella had a very interesting piece with Jason Myron that they want to completely redo his game starting like now. And I think that would be best.
He's 22 going on 23.
He's still a lot of talent. I like that. He is what they're using him right now is not working. He needs to build some confidence in his game. I absolutely agree. He has had a very struggling start to the year. The counter side of that, Ross Tristolainen has actually been very good. This dude's turning into a number 3 defenseman, number 2 defenseman, maybe. Probably number 3. Number 3 defenseman. He's been good.
Yeah, they're
Jamey
so good. That's why the Flyers got him. Yeah.
Jamie says for Drysdale, it's going to take him a little longer to recover from and get everything back, and the change in
it's
how
they're
doing with him.
He mentioned that. No, he had a sports hernia surgery.
Yeah.
Jamie did mention that he
had a nagging shoulder injury last year too.
That's gonna be a while.
But
it takes a year.
But what's holding him back right now is a sports hernia surgery, not the shoulder issues.
It's that core, the core.
Yeah,
surgery.
the core surgery. It was a sports hernia. But the Flyers have had unanimous issues with that. Kevin Hayes had one. Sean Couturier's had one. Now Jamie Drysdale's had one. Jamie mentioned that don't expect Jamie to be like Jamie until maybe like January. And I wasn't 100% with them at first, but now I'm really seeing where he's coming from watching Jamie's first time.
Was anyone else confused with the amount of J's that were being thrown around in that entire sentence? Jamie said this, Jamie did this, in January. Don't expect Jamie to be January, Jamie, ready for January, Jamie. Jamie said
anyone want a J?
Jamie would be.
No, dude. Right here.
Hey, I was so freaking confused. Like, wow.
Maddie Bag of Donuts wants one. No.
Maddie Bag of Donuts. I got you. Let's meet up in Southie.
I forgot what I wanted to say now.
Oh my God. No, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that Jamie Drysdale is going to be a good guy in the locker room. I'm just really like, if Anaheim's that bad, something's got to give, man. And there's a lot of young talent on that team.
Sure.
A lot of young talent, a lot of good talent on that team. Sure, you could say Zegras sucks right now, but you can't.
No, look, the talent's there.
Yeah,
I'll never say the talent isn't there, but he's just.
Can they put it all together there though, or
awful start this year.
somewhere else and be better?
What that team needs? His contract looking like? How many years does he have left?
A lot of money. You know what that team needs?
What?
John Tortorella.
Oh my
God. That team needs the courts. No, I'm trying to make the team better, not worse. Like, John Tortorella will scare the shit out of those.
For sure, yes.
Tortorella will scare the ever-living shit out of them.
Going anywhere. I know what I said on Twitter earlier last week, but the Flyers management has been adamant that they're behind Torts and he's not going anywhere. So
Alex, to answer your question, he's making 5.75. He signed the contract last year. It's a 3-year deal for a total of 17.25.
He's got 3 years left on it.
Zegras.
Oh.
He might have 2 after this year. He signed it last year.
Yeah.
So in the offseason, I'd honestly take a flyer on that if it means holding him for 2 years. No pun intended.
Wow.
I mean, you are desperate for centers, but I want to go back to what you said about changing Drysdale's game. I don't know, man. Like, because he's really your only puck-moving defenseman right now. Like, if you try to change his style of play.
Cam York.
Yeah, but Drysdale's a little bit more dynamic
right now.
Drysdale's a little bit more dynamic, a little bit better skater, I think. If you try to change, and if it's temporary just to get him back, fine. But if Tortorella wants him to just be a totally different defenseman, I don't know.
No. That's not what I'm saying. They know his game is an offensive defenseman. You need to listen to Jason Matias's interview with John Tortorella. Torts explains it perfectly. I actually was acting the same way. I was in panic mode yesterday because I put out a tweet asking, is it too worried to be worried about Drysdale? And a few Flyers fans, including Isaiah from OMB, tell me, listen to his interview. I listened to it. I feel a little bit better after listening to it. So he's only 22. I give him time. But yeah.
Yeah, but to totally relearn, again, I have to listen to that, but the way that you kind of brought it up, it sounded like they were going to try to teach him relearn the position. I'm like, 22.
I doubt that.
That puts the nail in the coffin in his career. Like he
It's
can't
like
totally
you want him
relearn
to get back to the
the
basics.
position at 22.
Yeah, it's a dumb thing to do that. But then again, it's Philadelphia, so
he's 22. He will. These kids are young. They're smart. They're professional athletes. I mean, you guys got to give them credit for that too. If they say like instead of being an offensive defenseman, we need you to be a little bit more of a two-way, they're gonna learn. They're gonna adapt. Like
no,
good
they
players do that. Actually, great players do that. Good players. I don't know. Ask Cutter Gauthier, but you know. It is what it is. But before we move on, what about the Seattle Kraken? I mean, a lot of them with the new coach, or a lot of us had them kind of like maybe cracking the playoffs this year, no pun intended. Yeah.
They are another member of the 4-4-1 club.
Yeah. It seems to be a common theme.
Yeah.
Is it how many, like in general in the league, how many teams are 4-4-1 right now?
Well, there's 5 in the Atlantic, there's 2 in the Pacific, and 1 being Utah.
That's 8.
In the Central.
That's 8 out of 32 teams. That's 25% of the league.
So the Oilers and the Kraken in the Pacific are also 4-4-1. And the Canucks are 4-1-2, which is pretty close.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, 25 to 30% of the league is already...
Wait, what? 4-1-2 is pretty close to 4-4-1?
Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. My bad.
But still, you're between 20 and 25 and 30... You're between 25 and 30% of the league is 4-4-1. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, no, and it goes to like what I said last night about like, it's
we
not
were talking about
like,
how
you can kind of see where the the parity getting a lot closer.
Too much vino.
Like I said, you can kind of start seeing that transitional phase where like teams that have been kind of building for a bit are starting to kind of push up, and the older teams that have been competing for a while are starting to kind of take that fall a little bit. But we're kind of getting into that area, right, where kind of where it kind of flips.
Yeah, there's going to be a transition period where the bottom teams that have been feeding off the draft are going to start to get better and take over from the Boston Bruins of the league.
Well, he said you suck.
We'll see.
Well, you guys can't stay on top forever.
You also don't have anything in the prospect pool, so when you do eventually have that crash, it's going to be
hard.
Straight down.
Hard.
We will see.
I.e. Penguins, perfect example. They're beyond point.
Yeah, that's fine. Dude, that's fine. We still got a couple first-round picks coming up. We're also set for a little while, in case you guys haven't noticed. Like, we have Pasternak up for 8 years. Our team is not old, in case you guys haven't noticed. So it's not we're going to go anywhere, okay?
You're not the oldest team in the league, but you're in the upper half, I'd say.
No, we're not. I wouldn't say that. I think we're among one of the youngest teams.
There's no way.
Yeah, Carlo's 26, McAvoy's 25.
Habs are the youngest team, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think we're above the oldest teams. I think we might be like, in terms of youngest, maybe top 14 youngest teams. It's not saying much.
Considering you're way older than us. You guys are like old men skating with canes.
Actually, they are in the top half of the younger teams. I am actually quite surprised.
Yeah, imagine
Montreal, amongst our teams.
Hey, Vogel, think about this. Like, not only are they losers in the standings, but they're losers at getting things wrong, too. That sucks.
I can't say
Montreal
shit. I just butchered that.
And Bruins at 13.
We're tied 4-4-1 with you guys. We're losers in the standings.
Let's go. 77-4-1 on pace.
We're tied with you guys in the standings, but we're the losers in the standings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's be honest. At the end of the year, it's going to look a lot different.
Anyway. All right,
how does that, and I know that it really doesn't matter, but I know that, Rick, you pointed out that technically in the standings, the Canadians are above the Bruins right now. And just out of curiosity, do you know how that works? Because
no, I don't.
They already played head-to-head once.
I can answer that question.
It's got to be row.
It's regulation wins.
Yeah.
Is the first
okay.
Okay.
If that's tied, then it's regulation and overtime wins. If that's tied, then it's overall wins. If that's tied,
It
then
goes
it's
to
whole
your
different.
season record. Yeah.
And who's willing to suck the other
Oh,
team
it
off?
doesn't.
Is that how it happens?
Wow, okay.
That's the fifth tiebreaker.
I didn't know if it went down to like a head-to-head thing.
Well, I was
Like
what I
the
was
last-
talking about.
that's the last
Head
one.
to head.
I think they should be a thing, but they don't have head-to-heads as tiebreakers in the NHL.
But that's what I was talking about.
Oh, they used to.
Head to head.
They-
One team gives one, and the other, and they see who's better.
Rick,
I would
didn't
say
we,
go-
didn't
oh,
we,
here
didn't
we
we go? Didn't we go over this in the intro? Weren't you the one that said don't expose yourself? What are we doing? I'm gonna put you in timeout.
You guys. I was
I'm
talking
gonna
about
put you in the
me.
box. I'm gonna give you
Okay.
a penalty.
Rick, penalty.
5-minute
2 minutes
major.
unsportsmanlike conduct.
No, it's just a 2-minute minor.
Don't start. You mentioned Couturier
You
before.
got it.
You're saying unsportsmanlike conduct. Don't start. I got something to say.
Oh, he's got the finger. He's mad.
No, I don't know.
He's a
Ladies and gentlemen, tune into our upcoming
No, I gotta agree
sit-in
with
with
Rick on this.
Rick
I don't
and
know
Alex.
how Arbor Jackeye was
Yes.
the only guy that
Nick-
got a fucking
Nick
penalty
Sealer
out of
did a
that.
good job. Good
Yeah,
job, Nick.
explain that. Someone explain that to me.
No, I'll tell you.
Explain
I
what?
For a
I didn't
side.
hear you.
I think they both should have won. But
You
not
didn't hear what
Sealer.
happened. You didn't hear what happened in the game last night.
No, I didn't care. I was actually voting for both teams to lose.
Well, okay, I understand that, but still, what a ridiculous
say-
call
No,
by
I
the
Arbor
ref.
Jackeye and Chantatore were about to drop the gloves, and Sealer came in and grabbed Jackeye from behind and held him down.
They
Okay,
both held
yeah,
him
that's
down.
a
He
penalty. Yeah,
tackled
that's
him. They
penalty.
both held him down. Jackeye gets unsportsmanlike conduct. No
That's
other
hilarious.
penalty on the play.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
It's
It
ridiculous.
should have been four
Yeah,
aside.
fuck that
Because
guy.
Sealer
Don't
and
start.
No, it should have been 4
I
on.
was,
It should have
I
been a
was
5-on-4
throwing
from the Canadians.
I was
No.
throwing things on my. I was so fucking mad.
Couturier
last
and
night.
Jackeye 5 for
Don't
fighting,
get me
and
started
Sealer
now.
third man in.
There was no fighting. No one threw a punch.
They both
No one
dropped the
threw a shove.
gloves.
Doesn't matter. No one threw a shove.
Doesn't matter.
If you want to give me 2 for roughing each, sure, I'll give you that.
Okay, yeah, and then an extra 2 minutes for Sealer for third man in. That was
but the
ridiculous.
thing is, no one threw anything.
He
That's why
tackled
they
him. That's
called it.
third man
There was
in.
no third man in because no one
Hey.
threw a punch.
He tackled.
He
Vogel.
tackled him. They were
then
about to
everyone
fight, and
brawled
Sealer
in.
came in and they double teamed him.
And then everyone
Right.
brawled in. Who cares? We didn't
Alex,
do anything.
It's a
about it.
penalty.
Alex is used to double teaming from his college days. You know.
I double teamed you just now.
Jack, I got called.
Speaking of doubles, why don't we segue into our next topic of a back-to-back game, shall we?
Oh, there's a good segue.
Oh,
Can't
Vogel,
win
don't,
it.
Vogel, don't you hate it when mom and dad fight?
Hey, wait. Who's the mom?
I'm
Who's
just
the
sitting
mom?
here
and
like, I don't
who's
know.
the mom and who's the dad here?
I was wondering when dinner was going to be on the table, buddy. That was rough. Holy shit. Oh, well, we're about to serve you guys up a nice helping of does the league really need to have back-to-back games, and what should constitute that? I don't know, guys. You guys like find back-to-back games weird? Like maybe not
I
the
don't really
home and
care.
homes,
I hate him.
but do you think those sometimes become scheduled losses? Should they just do like home and homes with the closer cities? Like, you know what I mean? Like the way Boston and Philadelphia, because it's a 5-hour trip, or Boston and Buffalo, like just to name a few. Like, you know what I mean? Doesn't have to necessarily be like, you know, this kind of crazy stuff. And do back-to-back games kind of give teams an excuse to play poorly? That's what I want to know, because a lot of that's been going around. Oh,
We
it's a
just swept it
back-to-back game.
back-to-back over the weekend with travel, so.
Yeah, but how many times have we?
Oh yeah, wait, hold on. Can you remind me of who that was?
Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. I just wanted. I
And
was just
St.
making
Louis.
sure. Yeah, I was just making sure I heard that.
But St.
My
Louis
bad.
was better than us, so those are something.
Yeah, we
I tried
outplayed
to
them that
trap
game,
them.
though. Like, we played really well that game.
And then you were this close to choking away a 3-goal lead in the final 3 minutes.
Do you want to see how close you're going to be to choking on my fist if you keep talking?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about. We did just fine.
On Darth sunglasses, leave me alone.
I don't really. I there are sometimes I like them, but I can see why people would be up in the air about it. But true, I mean, I like them. It depends on when
I
they
mean,
are.
I don't
and
really care. Like, I'm fine
don't
with them.
like
I don't
them.
have any major issues.
I have no.
I
issue
don't
with
like
it.
them for one reason though,
Hit
because
me.
I do all the games, back-to-back games. Just it's 2 days of me being just crazy busy, and I don't like it. So
Here's a better question. What if one of them was a matinee? How do you feel about that? Because that has happened.
it happens
Well,
on
the first one's an
Super
NBA.
Bowl weekend. Super Bowl weekend, we get 1 o'clock starts both days. That's a little bit better. I have to say, 1 o'clock starts a little bit better if you're gonna have back-to-backs than at night,
Oh, fuck you. I hate matinee games.
and especially if you got 10 o'clock starts.
Limited though.
If you got 10 o'clock starts and you got 2 of them in a row, fuck, I hate that.
That's what I said before. Everyone should grow up and just be on the East Coast time.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or at least change it up a little
Yeah.
bit.
What the hell's
not,
going on?
Matty Bag of Donuts is going to break some knees.
Just grow up.
Here's my take on the back-to-backs. Personally, I don't hate them, but I think they should be limited. I don't think they should have as many as they're doing. I think most teams have double digits amount of them, usually like 10 to 12. I don't think it should be that much. I think it should be probably like 5 to 6 tops. But you know what? When it comes to back-to-backs, I hate the whole fucking way they do the schedule as a whole. That's a completely different argument, so I'm not going to go too deep into that. But back-to-backs, I think they should limit them. I don't mind them, but they should only be once a month, maybe.
I'd like that. That wouldn't bother me because we get them.
Yeah.
Well, you guys had 3 of them in.
We had 3 already
in the first 9 games. We had 2.
3 in the first. We started the season with a back-to-back.
That's how we started too.
Out the freaking West Coast, just dumb.
It's I don't know what's going on, but this, I mean, it's because
It's not that deep, little bro.
If it's an Olympic year, if it's an Olympic year, and this year it's the 4 Nations Cup, so they got those 2 weeks off. They got to sort of put the, and think about it. If they want to go to 84 games, that 2 extra games going to add more back-to-backs.
It's gonna go
what's up with? By the way, not that I'm against more hockey.
I don't know if it's a thing.
I know why they're doing
84.
I'll tell you why they're moving to 84 because you
drop
like
the
changing division only 3 times with this retarded schedule. So they want to make it everyone in your division.
Well, no, it's because they want to eliminate 2 preseason games.
And they're going to eliminate
that's part of it too, yes. But they want to make you play everyone the way you're scheduled to be structured an even amount of times. They want 4 times in your division, 3 outside your division, 2 outside your conference.
So what are you going to do for preseason games then? Like, right, because you want to eliminate 2 of them. If that's the case, that's going to do it. Like, what does that mean for the players that are trying to make a roster spot? Yeah, it's going to screw them over. The veterans don't need it for
just another reason why we need to completely redo the scheduling format because it's dumb.
No, the schedule's fine.
No, it's not. It's stupid.
The schedule's fine. No, you're just butthurt because you're
still butthurt about a West Coast trip to start the season.
I hate them. And everyone, by the way, tune in to Spin Bin episode 1 where me and Cam originally argued about how much we hated the schedule. It was a while ago.
I didn't hate the schedule. I just hated you.
What?
I didn't hate the schedule. I just hated you. That's why I was there.
I hate you too, and I hate your face.
Oh, that's not nice.
Everybody love everybody.
Luigi's a nice person.
Everybody love everybody.
Hey, he is a plumber. He is a plumber, so I wonder if there's just a pipe stuck up somewhere. You know what I mean? That's causing him to be a little rough.
Crack of dawn. The crack of dawn is showing.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, everybody, go watch Sin Bin episode 1. Watch Alex and I yell at each other. We do a lot of that.
Yeah, it's fun, especially Carolina Cat Conundrum.
That was a nice little preview for our. I'm assuming next Sin Bin coming up with Rick and Alex.
Oh yeah,
I'll take you all on that.
Wait,
me, Matt,
that was a nice little teaser for that.
Yeah.
With the Montreal Flyers game, I mean, that wasn't really much to worry about. I don't even care about it because we didn't do shit on the power play.
No, but listen, that was the worst call I've ever seen.
I don't know. Sealer should have gone for 3rd man in.
Ever?
Or Gruitt.
Just
stay tuned because it's happening right now.
Of being a hockey fan. We didn't even do anything on the power play. It's the worst call I've ever seen ever.
It's the most egregious. Like the ref was looking at it, watching it because there's a camera behind him.
Rick, how many years have you been a hockey fan?
And he throws Jack Eye out.
Rick, how many years have you been a hockey fan?
I'm sorry,
Alex. It doesn't really matter.
No, I'm giving him shit, Cody. Leave me alone. How many years have you been a hockey fan?
You know why I'm saying this? Because the other calls that have been bad, there may be he might not have seen it properly. The angle, the guy was right there looking at it, and then he makes that call. And the guys in the box were saying, "What? That's what he called?" So they couldn't believe it either.
I guarantee you, about a week from now, Rick will not even care about this call anymore.
Oh no, we will.
Did someone say something I didn't hear? I'm ignoring Alex now.
Usually it's Cam that's mad at me, not Rick.
I just didn't want to interrupt this episode of the Sin Bin that we were recording, so it's good.
Yes, preview for it.
I didn't really care about it.
That's what you call a preview? That was the whole argument.
I think I could go on for like an hour doing that.
All right.
Oh my God.
Look, that was the definition of third man in. Both guys had the gloves dropped, ready to fight, and Steeler fucking flew in out of nowhere and tackled Arbor to the ground. How's that not third man in?
There was no fight. That's the thing.
They had the gloves dropped, ready to go. There wasn't a fight because Steeler interfered.
They didn't throw any.
Dumb?
Doesn't matter. There was no fight.
Get out of here. No, I'm sorry. That's an invalid argument, bro.
There was no fight.
I don't get it.
There was no fight. That was the argument. There was no fight.
Now there's a dog involved. Look what you did. Look what you did.
She's on my side, okay?
The dog's even pissed. Holy crap. What a sin bin. I don't even care about it, honestly, because we didn't do anything on the power play. So
are you dumb?
It's not how you judge whether it was a bad call or not.
I'm not. I don't care. But what I'm saying is, I would have been more mad if I was you guys if we scored on the power play. It would have been.
I would have been through the roof.
But we didn't score on the power.
Oh no! And he literally would have went through the roof. Literally
through the roof. I think. Not a joke.
If you were in a restaurant watching that game, you would have put a hole through Tavin in the square.
Oh, I would have.
No, that's
the definition of that. Both guys were getting ready to fight.
That pissed me off so
bad.
And
the other jumped in and stopped. Like, that's the definition of third man in.
At the end of the day, who cares? You guys won the game.
Yeah, if it was the other way around. Oh, yeah. If it was the other way around, I'm sure you'd say, oh, well, who cares?
I mean, look at these two playing freaking rock, paper, scissors. If there was a bad call and you guys scored on it, I'd be more pissed. If it was a bad call and you guys didn't score on it, I wouldn't care as much. No.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, no, I'm going to care because it's also a safety thing. Like, you can't two-on-one a guy when he's about to fight.
He hurt him. He just tackled him on the ground and that was it.
When he was about to fight.
Do you think you want Sean Couturier, your team captain, to freaking get killed? No. Doesn't matter.
But you still got to call Nick Sealer for it.
Because Kirby Doc wasn't looking at the puck and he ran into Coots' back. That's all that was.
Still third man in.
Tell Kirby Doc to learn to stop looking down.
Great argument there.
No, it's fine because we'll call Florian up the next time and we'll stick both Jack Eye brothers on to Sean Couturier and see how he likes it.
Oh, please. And Nick Delorier will beat his ass like he did the first time.
I don't think Nick Delorier could survive.
We don't know who won. It was Delorier.
No. Yeah, I don't think he's surviving both Jack Eye brothers, though.
Jack Eye fell. Jack Eye lost his footing, so I don't think you can judge that one. I don't think you can judge that fight. They have to do it again before I'm going to say. Oh, I didn't do that. That's dark sunglasses down there.
No, that was me.
They kicked the shit out of him, and you know it.
No, I don't know that at all.
It's fun. I can do it too. Anyway,
I can beat Delorier.
Delorier can throw hands.
I can beat Delorier, okay?
Rick, you turn into dust.
Not Nicholas Delorier. No, this kid I knew when I was a kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are we doing? This got so off track.
Quote myself in the intro. This has gone off the rails.
It's the Halloween edition, man. It's the Halloween edition. We should put a pumpkin back behind us.
Fucking Christ, because this show was scary as shit. I don't know if you guys agree, but goddamn.
Good news is we can clip that whole segment and release it as like a 5-minute sin bin.
Yeah, no,
probably do really well.
The whole good news is I'm putting that whole segment of Vogel and I playing rock paper scissors shoe on fucking TikTok.
Rock paper scissors, yeah. Just call it third man in.
That's what we're calling this. Third man in.
We'll do a sin bin. We'll do an actual sin bin. We guys can hash that out if you.
I don't really care.
It'll be the only one where someone. It'd be the only one where someone actually gets mad and does it right.
I don't care that much. So that's the thing. If it was a goal, then I'd understand.
Yeah, because Sean Couturier didn't get double teamed.
That'll make me.
What would you have thought if Florian Jack Eye was on the bench and flew out and it was the Jack Eyes against Sean Couturier? He would have been dust.
Here we go again.
I don't care that much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, final thoughts. Rick, what do you got?
That was my final thoughts. I don't really know on what we talked about. I'm serious.
Mia.
I don't know. You
Are
shouldn't
you
have come to me.
serious right now?
You shouldn't have pointed at me
Oh,
first.
Mamma mia.
That was your first mistake.
Cam, final
Asking me
thoughts.
first.
Oh, what a
I'll
wonderful
give you some final
episode!
thoughts.
I give back my time.
I'll give out some final thoughts.
What
here.
a wonderful
American
episode!
Thanksgiving is less than a month away. That's usually the playoff cutoff line. About 80% of the teams get in the playoffs that are in around that time.
That kind of thought.
That's a big thought right there.
No, I didn't know what kind of thought.
Teams that are struggling better make their move now, because if you're not in by American Thanksgiving, it's going to be very difficult to get in. End of thought.
No, that's actually really true. That most teams that now lately though, you got teams like St. Louis. You got what's the other team?
Stragglers,
right? So it's happening more and more that you don't have. But usually, yeah, if you're not in the mix by Thanksgiving, you're not probably going to make the playoffs.
I think the exact number is 77%.
Yeah, I know it is. It's that's actually very true.
Yeah,
that's my thought.
Nordy.
I jumped on Luigi.
I'll
shut up now.
Nordy, what do you got?
Nah, look, hockey's back. We're having fun. We're arguing. I love it.
Cameron.
That's it?
Thanks for watching.
Oh, yeah.
Was that good enough?
Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for episode 45 of the Pucking Around podcast presented by Don't Puck with Media. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check out all of our shows. Hibernation with me and Cam. Flyer Gonna Flyer with Alex and company. Habnormals with Rick and Matt. Make sure you check out our new website, don'tpuckwithmedia.com. It's our new site, just launched today. We're going to have so much content up there for you. Yeah, I mean, we have so much coming this year, and we're just getting started. We're 9 games in for the most part. A lot of hockey left. A lot of Don't Puck with Media. A lot of pucking around left to do. So until next time, we love you, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, I second that. Yeah. Ciao, everybody.
Mamma mia.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, give a thumbs up, leave a comment, and please share this video.